Muslim Hall of Fame. Yunus Mohammed Bath, 1783 to 1838. Bath Street, off Picadilly Street, East Port of Spain, was named after Yunus Mohammed Bath, an Imam and Sultan of Yulliallhad, Alimant, Animan. Bath was founder of the Mandingo Freedom Society, which set up a sou-sou to purchase the freedom of over 200 African Muslims. He was also responsible for the construction of Fort George, the Lady Young Road, Port of Spain, and the Roman Catholic Church in St. Joseph. In the 1830s, Bath wrote several petitions in English and Arabic on behalf of other Muslims who wished to be repatriated to their native lands. Bath, however, died in September 1838, 1 month after the emancipation of Africans in Trinidad.
Crack! Crack! Monkey break your back for a piece of Palmer rock. All right. Now the story is the Emancipation story. And it's about a great man who have all the attitudes, all the feelings about freedom and community and caring. That fella, the name Jonas Bath. People feel that Muslim people only came with the 15% that came in indentureship. But it had Muslims in Trinidad long before that. Plenty of them come from a place named Sierra Leone, where it had people, Mandingo people, 99% of them was Muslim. So Jonas Bath was one of the Mandingo people who come here during the process of enslavement. He born in 1783. Now we ain't so sure when he come here, but he was a spiritual leader among his people and very, 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 very respected. So what we know is that by 1805, he had worked hard and bought his freedom. And when Jonas Bath bought his freedom, what do you think he used to do with it? Now imagine one of them ships come in, bringing enslaved people, and they dock down in Port of Spain by where the Port of Spain Museum used to be. And they take out all these people from the ship like human cargo. Like if there's dog or horse, selling them, putting them on an auction block. And you see a tall, regal, dignified looking man come, and he moving in between the enslaved people, and he whispering in their ears. And what do you think he doing? Probably whispering, Salaam alaikum, to see who was Muslim. And that was Jonas Bath's mission, to buy the freedom of every enslaved Muslim. Now, by the time Jonas Bath bought his freedom in 1805, the governor, a man named Hislop, realized that this man is a big man among the community. He's a religious leader. He considers himself a sultan and all of that. And he was a hard worker, so the governor hired him to build the road up to Fort George. Before it was named Fort George, it was Fort Virgie. And Jonas Bath got his group of Muslim workers to build that 5-mile road up that hill, up to what is known now as Fort George. It was so well done that after that, he got plenty work from the governor. So much so that it was he and his group of Muslims who built the St. Joseph Roman Catholic Church in 1815. Very interesting, Muslims building one of the first Roman Catholic churches that exists in the island of Trinidad and Tobago. His whole life, his whole motivation was to free his people from enslavement. That was his mission. But he wasn't buying your freedom just so. You had to work for your community. You had to give back. A very important belief of Jonas Bath. Now, if you go behind the bridge in East Dry River, there's a short street. You go behind East Dry River, and that short street leads you down to Park Street behind the bridge. And that street is named Bath Street. It was named in honor of Jonas Bath because he set up himself in that community there. Jonas Bath wrote many petitions to the British government asking for repatriation. This one was sent 12th of January, 1838. That your memorialists are natives of Africa and of the nation or tribe called Mandingo. That during the existence of the slave trade, your memorialists were torn from their beloved country, their friends and relations, and delivered into the hands of slave merchants who imported your memorialists into West Indies and sold them as slaves. That your memorialists, resolving to extricate themselves from the cruel and degraded state to which they had been reduced, formed themselves into a society in this island, and as the earnings of their honest industry accumulated, gradually redeemed themselves and their countrymen from the house of bondage. That is just a little piece of one of the many petitions that Jonas Bath wrote to England, recognizing that he and his people were African. Emancipation came, full emancipation, on August 1st, 1838. Jonas Bath did not live long after that, but thankfully he was able to see that date, and he went to join his ancestors in September of that same year, a true freedom fighter and one whose memory it is important to keep when next you visit East Port of Spain. Look for the street that is Bath Street, because now you know the story of the person to whom it is dedicated. The fight for freedom continues always. Emancipation Day, 1st of August, 1838, the transformation of our society from one based on slave labor to one where every human being was free. Crick, crack. Story end, and Uriah Ben, and I am into Pearl Springer, the best storyteller in the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. And you could take that to the bank, Republic Bank.